horn as they're going by me.
At least they're not giving you the finger.
Yeah. Some of them do. I did have one girl that gave me
Bad kids. You know what? And I'm not saying that that's right. You shouldn't give anybody the finger, but for crying out loud, at least that kid is aware of who's around them.
Right.
The other kids have no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. It's sad because parents also use them as like babysitting devices. I know we brought this up before in a different episode that, yeah, parents, it's like if my kid is quiet, I give them a phone, I give them a game console, I give them whatever, and they shut up. And it used to be game consoles. Now your phone is your game console. Your phone does everything.
Yeah. I mean,
so
when I went up to my parents' house, not that I hate on my parents, but my parents were the exact opposite when I was growing up. And my mom had she was watching one of my sister's kids, and we went to the restaurant to get some breakfast, and the baby started crying, and my mom immediately grabbed her cell phone and shoved it in the baby's face to get it to stop crying.
And did it work?
And it worked.
That's so scary.
And the baby just grabbed that phone with both hands and just sat there and watched it. He's like a year old. Just started watching it. And
it is rampant.
Yeah.
It is rampant. I see parents do that and I want to slap them in the face. But I'm like, you know what? You're a parent and oh well.
Yeah. So we're talking about like human interactions and, the risk of this just being gone. There's this movie called Her with the guy that plays Joker, Joaquin
Phoenix?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It is a really good movie. It's
Her? H-E-R?
Isn't that
It's
the one
of
with
my favorite
Stalker?
movies.
Wasn't he a stalker or something?
No, that's You. That's a Netflix show.
Yeah.
So
Wait, her and you?
Yeah.
What is it? A pronoun?
Yeah.
Pronoun
So
word?
you and him.
it is one of my favorite movies just because it's just because the way they made the movie. But so the concept is they're in the future and most people, they don't talk to each other because they have a personal AI. So they buy this device and they get to their home and they install the AI and the AI develops with them. So he creates a relationship with this woman who's an AI, and then they just like talk every day.
So instead of having an imaginary friend, they have
help
this
each
AI.
other with stuff, and it comes to a point where they're kind of dating.
What?
Yeah, they kind of dating. They like each other, and then so there's a point in the movie. Sorry, spoiler alert. There's a point in the movie where it's like, all right, I don't like this. So he goes and tries to date a girl from the real world, and she's beautiful. She is funny, interesting, and at the end, he wants to go back to the AI because that's what he's used to.
That's what he knows.
Everybody's used to that.
Oof.
So it is a really interesting concept, but I think
Her?
Her.
Okay, we're definitely watching that.
It's really good. It's actually
I think we're going to make an episode about that because that sounds super interesting.
No, bro, it comes to a point where they have the relationship, but she's not physical, real. So she goes and hires this girl, which is kind of like a sex worker. It's not a sex worker. It's just a girl who's willing to go there and have, just have sex with a guy for her. So she's like talking to the guy on the phone. I mean, like on his head. And the other girl, she's just like physically there to do whatever the AI is telling her to do to the guy.
Wow. Which, by the way, it's not called a sex worker. It's called a prostitute. Or if you're more demeaning, you call her whore. But
all right.
Okay,
yeah. So, I kind of feel like this is the direction that we're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
If, at a point where the virtual is just more interesting than real life.
And that's scary.
That is scary.
Well, and you can see, and not to say that you can see, but you can see that in today and age with Tinder and all these dating apps that we now have, that you create relationships online with people. Mm-hmm. You're getting your messages and your love through text. You're not getting it from a voice. You're not getting it from a person. You're getting your love from text messages. And people go for years without ever meeting someone, and they continue to just text them. They don't talk on the phone. They don't do anything. They text them, and they get that. It's not a personal relationship. And it kind of goes back to what Enzo was saying about the AI. Your computer is giving you the love. Well, somebody is typing it on the other end. but you're getting your love from your computer or your phone. You are looking at your phone constantly, and you got something telling you, I love you, I care about you. You're not getting that from that person. You're getting that from your phone. And I've seen numerous times where people are falling in love with the idea of someone because of what they say through text.
Right.
But instead, they're not falling in love with the person who's typing it. And when they do meet that person, they're let down.
Right. Their expectation was too
The
high.
expectation because
also you can become whoever you want over text.
Oh, of course.
You can be this interesting, person that sometimes is just not real.
What if the metaverse does that to us? What if we're going to have the ability to have an incredible, quote unquote, incredible life in the metaverse and do everything that you wanted to do? Because who do we idolize today? Pop stars, music artists, actors. What if you can have those things inside of the metaverse more accessible and you can be like the cool guy?
Well, based on the live stream, first of all, you can create your own avatar. So, if you're like fat and short, you can be tall and muscular.
You can be me.
Okay, I said tall and muscular.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm not very tall. Thank you.
All right. You can be whoever you want to be.
Right.
But that person that person's not you.
Right.
So,
well, what's going to happen when you get out? And really quick, just tagging to what you're saying. If you've seen the movie Inception, if you've seen the movie Inception, the idea is you got to watch it, and it's one of those smart movies. But they end up going so deep in their dreams, so they have to go through different levels that they spend like 30 years or 300 years. It's some ridiculous amount that they spend like recreating the world, him and his wife. And when they come out, his wife had a hard time grasping reality to the dream world. In the dream world, they can do anything they wanted to, but in reality, they couldn't. She ends up killing herself because she couldn't cope with reality.
And I also think that that's something that could happen is if we spend too much time on a non-existent reality, once we go back to reality, we're going to have a hard time defining what is what.
What's real? Who are you?
What's real and what's not?
What's your place?
Yeah.
I actually had a when I was a teenager, I got a concussion, and
that explains a lot.
Yeah, I had a few. But I honestly, for like almost a year, could not tell the difference between dreams or reality.
Really?
Like, it felt like I was in Inception. Like, I hadn't seen the movie, and I hadn't seen the movie afterwards, and I was like, holy crap, that's what it felt like. But from whatever side effects I had from that concussion, like, I had to set up ways to actually tell myself I was not sleeping or whether I was sleeping, because I could be sitting in a room with you, having a conversation with you, and all of a sudden my mind would go, this is a dream. This isn't real. And I had to start doing stuff to figure out whether I could wake myself up or not, or to be in a real conversation in the real world. And that was scary. Like, I never went to the doctor or anything, and finally it got better, but it was really weird.
I think you should have. You would have ended up in a psych ward.
Probably.
Well, the big question is, are we in the Matrix? Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know. Maybe one day we're going to wake up.
Maybe one day.
This was all a dream.
Or this isn't our world. So we'll put that out there for you guys. Maybe this isn't where we're supposed to be. But, the new movie's coming out. I will say, December 22nd, I will be seeing it. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the thought-provoking ability it has. It has
right.
Even from a religious standpoint, it actually has some things that are, I'd say anti-religious, and some things that actually make you think.
Right.
So definitely, I'll give it a watch. We may review it or not. If you guys watch it, tell us what you think. And remember, you guys can follow us anytime. We appreciate you guys for listening. Forgot to say that. But you guys can follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Am I missing anything? Oh, Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, that's right. And you can also reach us at trp@thisrandompodcast.com.
And we want to thank Bradley for being here again. Thanks, Bradley.
Thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed my time.
All right. And don't forget to live your life one random day at a time.